metal hand of God. I'd like to welcome all you freaks to the metal hand of God. We some nerds with the urge to purge on some mod. Show him the dick print, then hit him with the rod. The love doctor tell you how to get it in your body. Crane, Adam Rowe, Kyle and Wayne. How do they maintain when they clinically insane? We keep it so metal that we spitting yoga flame. Adam Story's got a point, and if you let him explain, it's the pun of all puns, get a pun with Papa Wayne. Rum tapping the vein, and 9 minutes bringing pain. MHOG secreting, leaving a stain. You ain't as dope as us, bitch. Stay in your lane.
Hello and welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host Wayne, and with me on the other line is
I'm Adam,
and we are here today to talk about a bunch of shit. So what's going on, man? How's everything?
well, you know, making your way in the world today.
Giving everything you got? Oh yes. What was that from?
That's from Cheers.
That's Cheers. Okay, for some reason I wanted to say it was from not Good Times, because I know that by heart. It was what's the Seavers?
Oh, Growing Pains?
Yeah, for some reason I thought that was where it was from.
It's more sing-songy. Cheers is making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. I like to get away. It's more like of an Irish kind of thing.
Got it, man.
And Growing Pains, I can't think of the song, and I wouldn't sing it anyway because it's more of a like power ballad.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember Growing Pains is fucking.
I know it, but I can't picture it in my head. I'm sure everybody else knows it. Plus, like I said, it's very instrumental and all that. Cheers is easy because, like I said, it's very like Irish, kind of singy, I guess the kind of thing you'd sing in a bar. So,
right. Yeah. It would be actually. I think people would probably do that in like giant choruses, like everybody in the bar singing the Cheers theme song.
If anyone, next time you see me in a bar, if somebody wants to sing the Cheers song with me, I'll sing it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it.
Speaking of 80s stuff, I found out like a weird fact today. Okay, so you remember the real Ghostbusters cartoon?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Which was based on the actual Ghostbusters movie. So when they were casting the cartoon, apparently they wanted to divorce it from the movie. They told all the voice actors, do not do impressions of the actors. This is going to be kind of its own universe. And you can sort of tell, like when you look at the character designs, they don't look like Harold Ramis looks nothing like Egon in the cartoon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because Egon does not have white hair, and he's not that tall and skinny.
Yeah, and he's got like a pompadour in the cartoon, like a weird curl. He looks sort of like a medical physician / like serial killer.
Agreed.
But anyway, so they told the voice actors like we this is a different universe. Don't So, I was listening to Maurice LaMarche, who you would mostly know. He's been like many things over the years, but you would mostly know him as the voice of the Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and he was apparently the voice of Slimer in the cartoon.
Really?
Yeah. And he was saying, so when it came time to audition the voice for Winston Zeddemore, or Zeddemore, if you watch the first movie, there were 2 actors who walked in. One was Arsenio Hall. The other was Ernie Hudson.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. And if anyone's listening, Ernie Hudson is Winston Zeddemore in Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. and he's also the black chick's uncle in the new Ghostbusters, Leslie Jones. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was his cameo. He was the guy who owned the Hearst. Anyway, so Arsenio Hall and Ernie Hudson walk in, and Arsenio Hall got the job.
That's Arsenio Hall?
Yeah, apparently. I didn't know that either. But yeah, Ernie Hudson was passed over for the role of Winston Zeddemore in the role that he made famous.
That's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if there was more to the story, because Maurice LaMarche said, like, he was like, his assumption was that Ernie Hudson got, like, a movie role, but the only other movie I've ever seen Ernie Hudson in is The Cowboy Way.
Well, he was in The Crow.
I never saw The Crow. But, so, I don't know. But, yeah, pretty weird fact.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty, actually, because, I mean, the man made that role famous. Why not give him his character?
Apparently he wasn't good enough for the real Ghostbusters.
I guess he's the fake Ghostbuster.
Yeah. So, yeah, just an odd thing.
That's crazy.
I found out today. Yeah, what a weird world.
It is. It's odd. Odd as fuck, dude. I didn't understand that at all. So, the reason Rum is not with us today is because he is actually evacuated for this disgusting, horribly shitty hurricane that's about to bow down on his house.
Yeah, he spoke to him this morning. They stopped in Savannah last night, and they were on their way to Florida. So, haven't heard from him since. I don't know. You know, I mean, I assume they're fine. He said somebody let him a condo or something.
Right, yeah. Thank God they got out of there, because I think this is going to be really fucking bad.
They would have gotten out of there anyway, because it seems certain parts of of North Carolina are being mandatorily evacuated.
Yeah.
And then some other
his would have been because he lives on an island, and the only way to get to it is a bridge.
I mean, the shitty thing is that he had to cancel all his doctor's appointments, which, you know, anyone who's been listening to the show for a while should know. Like, it took him forever to get those doctor's appointments. And
yeah, he's been fighting with that shit for a long time.
So, God knows what's going to happen with that. But, you know, I mean, they're safe. You know, they got their dog. I'm sure he's happy. So, it's all just stuff. I mean, hopefully everything's fine. But if it's not, you know, they got insurance. It's, you know, we've dealt with that here. It's not fun, especially if you plan to move back. Then, you know, it's a lot of work, infrastructure. And I can't even imagine what the infrastructure's like when you live on an island. So, I mean, I don't know, like, whatever. But Rum is safe, and hopefully we'll hear from him in the next couple days.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. I mean, I heard from this morning as well. I don't remember. We talked back and forth a few times today or yesterday, so I just making sure he's all right, you know, because I know it's a shitty situation because you're so fucking helpless and you have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is that's everywhere, though. I mean, if you live in the Midwest, a tornado can come along at any moment and, you know, destroy everything, and there's no warning. You know, if you live in the West, you have earthquakes and stuff like that. You know, it sucks, but there's no region where people don't have to deal with some kind of bullshit.
Right.
New Orleans has missed most of them, though. Like, we get hit with floods mainly.
We got like there's 4 more coming this way though, so
yeah,
the whole shit. But I don't think we're gonna get anything.
Yeah, most likely not.
You know, maybe some rain, but whatever.
So, but yeah, that's why Rum's not here.
Yeah. Mart was supposed to join us. I think he may join us now. Let's see if this works. Give us a second. Let's see. He actually had to go through his wife's Skype because his wouldn't work. So let's see if this works now. If it doesn't, then tough shit for him. It looks like it's not going to work. Hey there. Let's see here.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, God.
Sounds like you're in a rainstorm, but yeah.
Sounds like I'm in a rainstorm.
Yeah, but at least we can actually hear you this time.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck was going on with my phone.
I don't know either, man. It's that fucking English technology. But welcome to the show, Mr. Mart.
Hey, how we doing, boys and girls?
How's it going on that side of the world?
Yeah, well, it's like nearly 1 a.m. and it's pretty boring.
Well, how's it boring? You could do anything you want at 1 a.m.
No, I can't. I've got 2 sleeping children. I can't do fucking anything I want.
Really?
You can go put your balls on Vicky's head.
It's a fucking good job I've got headphones on.
Is she sleeping?
No, she's sat about 4 feet away from me.
Oh, well, there you go. You can automatically sit your balls on her now.
Why do y'all stay up at all hours of the night?
We just stay up all hours of the night because it's the only peace and quiet we get.
It's true.
You know what I mean? It's like...
It's true.
Yeah.
Like,
So
like when the kid goes to sleep, dude, it's like, okay, it's time to like relax and do what you want to do.
Yeah. Play a bit of PlayStation, watch a few bits and bobs on the Netflix or whatever.
Yeah. You said bits and bobs. What the fuck is that?
Bits and bobs. It's like small, one thing or another. Do you know what I mean?
No, we don't. That's why I asked you that.
It's like bits and pieces. Fucking Americans.
Hey, no slander on here, you fucking asshole.
That's not slander, it's the truth.
What? Yeah, sure, we are American.
Okay,
What you assholes up to tonight?
Yeah, we were talking about Rum and how he's not on here because of the disaster that's heading his way.
What's the state of play with this hurricane shit? Because we've only been seeing bits and bobs of it on the news over here.
Yeah, hurricanes are nothing
really
to play with,
stuck
man.
on that phrase.
They're really big.
I said you're really stuck on that phrase. You just keep mentioning it.
He does, bips and bobs. I've heard it a few times now.
It's bits and bobs, B-I-T-S.
Whatever.
Is that what you're going to call your next child?
No, there's going to be no next child. That's not going to happen.
Why not?
I'm fully secure in the fact that me and Vicky are quite happy with the children that we have.
I want to hear it from Vicky.
Yeah, let me hear it from Vicky.
Vicky, come here, Vix. Vix.
Yeah.
Dear Vicky, would you like to extrude another human being from your vagina?
That'll be a negative. No.
Alright, what about a non-human? Like, maybe we could get like a muskrat up there or something? I don't know. What are you people into? What do y'all like?
No thanks.
Nothing? Okay, great.
We tried.
How's it going,
Sorry,
Vicky?
guys.
Vicky, would you be okay with another child if Mart, gave birth to a butt baby or something?
If Flan was the one giving birth and carrying said baby for 9 months, then yeah, go for it. He can have as many babies as he wants, but no more than my body.
I think we should go for this. With medical science, they can put a baby inside him.
This is true. So we
Well, if science can work it out, then he can gladly carry babies.
There we go. I think we should start a Kickstarter to have Mart have Vicky's child.
I'm excited for this. One small step for woman, one giant leap for butt babies.
I think it's on. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna start this campaign starting this month.
Well, good luck with that campaign. I think.
Thank you, and
the best
congratulations
part,
for your pregnant husband.
the best part of having a baby.
Before we get into this, right? If you do end up getting my other half pregnant, I will be getting child support from somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, from him.
I can't get him pregnant and get child support from him.
Well, you have to. I mean,
if you do the Kickstarter to get him impregnated,
correct,
then I think you should also add some sort of.
Do I get a say in this?
No, you don't.
No, shut up.
Yeah, then I think we should also be like a Kickstarter to provide child support
Vicky, you know what the best part of making a baby is? Watching your partner scream in terror as it comes out of him.
That's right. And he is going to die. He's going to scream his head off.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We need to make sure it's a large baby.
Yeah, because all mine have been tiny, so...
Well, it's coming out of him, so it'd be different.
The mental images I'm getting right now are just too much.
We're gonna implant it in his nutsack, so it'll be there. So when he gets pregnant, he'll have like this elephantitis going on.
Giant nutsack.
Yeah.
It'd need like a nutsack sling.
Yeah, to keep over around his neck to keep it from hanging off. Yeah.
Oh God! I'm gonna give you back to.
Okay.
You carry this shit on.
I'm not limit.
I'm getting fucking mobbed by the
Have a
dog.
nice night, guys.
You too, Rick.
See ya.
Right, dog. Piss off. Oh.
I'm trying to impregnate you in your ball sack.
What the fucking hell are you even talking about to my missus?
Hey man, how's it going? Welcome back.
You'll find out.
We hope you enjoy your pregnancy.
I got half that conversation, and can I just say that the half I heard was absolutely horrific.
All right, well that's good. So, getting back to TV.
Yeah.
Tonight is the season premiere of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about watching it for once. We're
gonna watch it tonight. We're pretty interested in what's gonna happen.
I've never seen the show before. I've never really had an interest in it.
Well, okay, this season is actually a combination of two seasons. They're gonna put like old seasons are coming back or some shit. Like season 1 and 4 are gonna come together.
Yeah, I like it when people come together.
That's how we're gonna get Mart pregnant.
Why are you
I don't want no Arnold Schwarzenegger action here. This is not something that I find pleasant.
What's that? You getting pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a Schwarzenegger film.
it's not all. Yeah, it is. It's not all bad news. I mean, you get like tender nipples, and you don't have to go to work for like at least like 3 days.
I get that from a bad day at the gym, though. I don't need to be pregnant for that.
You don't need to, but it helps.
Right. And then you gaining as much weight as you did, it'll look good on you.
Yeah, but it would be weight in the wrong places, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, we're planning on getting you impregnated and it sit in your ball sack, so.
There's a comic over here for adults called Viz, like V-I-Z, and there's a character in Viz called Buster Gonad and his unfeasibly large testicles. And it's just a weekly comic about him and his gigantic testicles and the antics they get up to.
Well, that's fantastic. Maybe you should have large balls.
He carries them in a small wheelbarrow. It's amazing.
I've been told I have large testicles. I don't believe it, though. I think my testicles are rather normal shaped in size.
You have large testicles?
That's what I was told.
Huh.
I don't think it's true, though. I mean, I wouldn't care if I did.
Right. I mean, do you have like a massive load?
Not really. In fact, I worry sometimes that it's a little undersized load. I mean, I guess I'm not going to have kids at this point, so it really doesn't matter. But I don't know. I've always had this.
You fucking never know if you're going to have kids. I didn't believe I was going to have a child.
I'm not going to have kids. But
Never say never.
I mean, never. But it's been like a weird recurring fear that I've always had that I have like a low semen count. What do they call it? Like
a sperm count?
Yeah, like a low sperm count. I've always worried about that, like for decades now.
Huh.
Yeah.
But they do say that guys with no hair tend to be more fertile.
Really?
Yeah, bald guys are supposed to have higher levels of testosterone.
I definitely don't. I'm not like a super manly guy. I know I look like I am, but I'm really not. Like, I'm very lazy, and soft. I don't like pain. I'm against pain, and sometimes I watch Love Actually and I cry a little. So, I'm not.
Well, isn't that one of your favorite movies?
It's my favorite Christmas movie. It's
not
really my one of my favorite movies, though. It's just special category Christmas movie.
Right.
So.
And I saw that everybody always says that fucking a Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Yeah, it's not.
And what's his face said it's definitely not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
I don't either.
It's not. It's a joke that people like to make, and it's kind of. I went along with it when it first started, but it's gotten old. But there is a thing with the guy who wrote it, Shane Black, who he just likes setting his movies at Christmas. So most of his movies, Lethal Weapon, which he also wrote, the first one, set at Christmas. And in fact, Iron Man 3, which he co-wrote and directed, the co-writer was like, hey, we should set this at Christmas. And he was like, I don't know, really? It's an Iron Man movie. And the guy's like, yeah, come on, man. He was working with Shane Black, which if you're a writer is a big deal. He was like, come on, we got to set it at Christmas. So I know it's not a super interesting story. I probably shouldn't have told it.
No, it's actually kind of cool because I would have never thought.
Yeah, I'm a big Shane Black fan.
What other movies has he done?
Last Boy Scout, Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh, wow.
He did a movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which I still haven't seen, but that's actually the first movie that Robert Downey Jr. Was selected for after he got out of prison, because he was having a hard time getting a job after he got out of prison. And
right.
Shane Black wrote and directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Right.
And that's how he ended up getting Iron Man if he hadn't gotten Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So.
No shit. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, nobody wanted to hire him. He
was a major fuck up, so.
Well, it was partially the prison thing though. But Jon Favreau had to fight, I guess, Marvel and Paramount, because Paramount was part of it at the time. Had to fight with them to get him selected as Tony Stark. And the other major option was going to be Sam Rockwell. So in Iron Man 2, which I'm a big fan of, I know a lot of people aren't, but in Iron Man 2, there's a joke. Well, Sam Rockwell's in that movie, and he plays Justin Hammer, who's a wannabe Tony Stark. So it's a little inside joke.
That's great. I had no idea. And I like Sam Rockwell too. So.
Oh, Sam Rockwell's great.
I like the Hammer character.
He would have been a good Tony Stark, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Very different.
I don't think he'd have been as good, but.
You never know. Speaking of replacing superheroes in movies, so today it was announced that Henry Cavill is no longer going to be Superman.
Okay.
And supposedly Ben Affleck will be right behind him. They're probably going to get rid of him too. Now, what I'm about to tell you is a rumor. Someone probably just made it up out of their ass. And hopefully so. But it feels like the kind of things movie studios would do. So the rumor is that the person that they're selecting to replace Henry Cavill as Clark Kent, a.k.a. Superman, is Michael B. Jordan, who played Creed.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Man, wait.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, the black guy from Black Panther?
The black guy from Black Panther, yeah. You know who we're talking about now. When you say the black guy from Black Panther, you absolutely know exactly what we're talking about.
I know exactly which one it is. I mean, I'm sure he does.
It's the one that I thought was a Wayans brother, but isn't.
Yeah, he's the actual the bad guy.
Man, you kind of ruined Michael B. Jordan for me now, because he really does look a little like Marlon Wayans.
He does. He is like a thick. He's like a.
I honestly thought he was a Wayans brother. I didn't know that he was like an independent person called Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, no, he's a really good actor. I mean, I saw the tail end of Creed. One of these days I need to watch the rest of it. That was really good.
Creed was great. I enjoyed that movie.
I mean, I didn't see but maybe 20 minutes of him in the Fantastic Four movie, and that was garbage. But yeah, Superman's white. I don't feel like a racist for saying that. He's white. I'm not going to go see a movie where they make him black just because they want to,
Get a black audience?
No, it's not even that.
I think Superman has a black audience already.
Didn't they already do that with Black Panther?
Wait, what?
That was designed to entice the black audience into the cinemas, wasn't it?
What's that, Black Panther?
Yeah.
I mean, he's an old Marvel character. I mean, that's probably the reason.
I know the character well. I'm just saying that the release of the film was intentional to create an opening for a specific demographic.
Most likely. I don't know. I'm done. I'm kind of out on all this shit. Like, I don't care about this, but there was a big controversy for they're making a Witcher TV series on Netflix.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, that's what Henry Cavill's going to be doing.
Yeah, well, the main character, or one of the main characters, is like a very white female, and they've started auditions to make her specifically black, which is the biggest problem that I have with this kind of shit, because it's not like they were running actors and they were like, oh, this person's amazing, they're not the right race, but they're good enough, they're so good in it, like, let's make this person. No, instead it's just like, hey, let's just race swap this character and we'll just audition people specifically for it. The Flash movie for some reason is still coming out. I'm not sure why, but and they're making Iris West black in the movie too. And the TV show, I didn't care because I can't think of his name, but the guy who plays Joe West is so good in that role that make them black. Like, he's so good at it that I'm fine with it. But now they're just deciding, okay, well, Iris West is just going to be black in every other medium. Okay, well, this character's been around since the 50s, I want to say. Yeah, since the 50s. And she's always been white. But now she's black because we need to do that now. This is a thing that we do.
In every fucking thing.
And it's not making money. Like, people, like, honestly, there's a part of me, I really enjoyed Spider-Man Homecoming, but there was so much weird racial shit in it. And I'm not talking about the actresses. Like, I'm not even talking about this shit with Zendaya playing Michelle.
Right.
Just, like, weird racial comments and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if y'all... Mart, did you see Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah, it's a good film.
It is. It's an enjoyable movie, but there's a section in it where they're at the Washington Monument, and Zendaya's character, Michelle, is sitting there, and the teacher walks up to her and is like, hey, why aren't you going up the Washington Monument with your classmates? And she goes, I'm really not into going into a monument built by slaves. Which, it's a fucking Spider-Man movie. And number one. Number two, apparently that's not even true. Like, there's a number of things in this country, many, many things that were built by slaves. Apparently, they said they're not positive. Like, there might have been slaves involved in building it, but they're pretty sure that it wasn't built by slaves.
It's a bit of a stretch to put it out there, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, as a public comment.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like I said, like, in the movie, there's nothing but, like, racial stuff. Like, there's that weird... I mean, like, the girl who plays Liz Allen in the movie is gorgeous for a young girl, but, so I didn't have a problem with her, but then they reveal, spoilers, that Michael Keaton's character, the Vulture, is her dad, and then, like, so there's, like, this weird question, like, wait, is he your actual dad? Is he your stepdad? Like, what? There's all this, like, weird racial stuff going on in Spider-Man, to the point where I'm like, is this going to be in the next movie too? Because I'm kind of not interested in hearing all this shit. I'm really not. Like, I don't go to a Spider-Man movie for that. I don't go to a Superman to find racial harmony. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of do. You got to find, somebody who fights for peace and justice. But but
I just think it's getting to the point now where they're starting to ruin films and storylines.
We're past
through
that.
Through the quest of to be politically correct and to be racially inclusive, rather than just making a good story regardless of the race.
I mean, look, I'll go see a movie with black people in it. Just, make a good one. Don't give me fucking Night School with Kevin Hart, even though I do love Tiffany Haddish. She's very good. But, stop just changing shit just to fulfill some audience that isn't going to see it.
I agree, man, 100%. Because, I don't know, man. I love going to watch these movies. I don't care if there's black people in it or whatnot. I'm not racist. I don't give a shit. To me personally, I just don't think that they should change the characters that have been around for a million fucking years into something that they're not. If I'm going to see Superman, I'm going to see Superman. If I'm going to see Black Panther, I'm going to see Black Panther. It's two different characters that should be. I mean, what if we made Black Panther a white guy? They would have fucking went crazy.
Funny though.
It would have been. It would have been like a whole like African continent of white people.
Well, to be fair, if it works, it works. I mean, I enjoyed Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
Don't say that around Rum.
My entire life, I've known Nick Fury as being a specific old white dude. Do you know what I mean? The hair was iconic as well, and he made him bald. But I enjoy the character. I don't see it as being the canon character, but I do enjoy it.
But again, as Adam has said many times before, that it was based off of the Ultimates comic.
Yeah.
So that's why it's Sam Jackson.
I'm kind of done with all this shit. I'm sick of the we're gonna reboot things, but we're gonna make it completely different and alienate audiences, and then when those audiences don't watch it, we'll call them racist. Okay, whatever. I'll keep my money.
Yeah.
There's plenty of I say this about comics all the time. There's plenty of other things out there for me to spend my money on. Last night I sat there and I watched Ghostbusters, the original one. And before that, one of my favorite westerns, actually, arguably my favorite western. It's either that or McClintock. Anyway, it's called "Support Your Local Sheriff," starring James Garner. And
wow, I don't think I've ever seen that, dude.
It's not super famous. There was two of them. There was "Support Your Local Sheriff" and "Support Your Local Gunfighter," which starred James Garner, Jack Elam. Do you know who Jack Elam is?
Yeah, I know the name. I don't know him personally.
He's the dude who looks like his face is melting in Cannonball Run. You've seen him in a million things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If anyone's listening, I know he's not a super famous name, but you've seen him in stuff if you're over the age of 32. But it's them, and then I can't think of his name, but the guy... is it Harry Morgan from MASH? The guy who played Colonel Potter?
Oh, yeah.
He's in it in both the movies, and they're both kind of separate. They play different characters in the movies. But basically, it's just... they're just solid movies where a guy shows up in a town that's being overrun, and, in one he becomes the local sheriff, and then in the other one... He plays a kind of a con man who pretends to be a gunslinger named, I think, Swifty LaRue. Solid joke writing. Very funny movies. And I've seen them several times, and I always laugh at the jokes, which is a good sign. It's hard to get.
You own those films or no?
I don't. I need to buy them. Support Your Local Sheriff is on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay.
But
yeah, I definitely have to see those because I dig something. I like James Garner. I like him a lot. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's really good in it, and it's a comedy. Like McClintock, I enjoy, and it's funny, but it's not strictly speaking a comedy. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but this is just sort of it's a Western comedy. Yeah, I don't think they made a lot of back in the day.
No, they didn't.
So, and it's very old-fashioned, 1960s Western. It sort of feels like a TV movie, to be honest with you, but very, very good. But anyway, my point is, like, I sat there and I watched those two movies, and like I was content. Like I sat there, I laughed. Ghostbusters is still funny. I was like, I don't need to see the new Ghostbusters movie. I don't need to see any of this shit. Like there's so many movies and comics and so much music out there. You never in your life have to experience anything new.
Yep, that's true. But it would be nice to.
Yeah, depending on what. Like if if it's exciting, if it's interesting, but like more mediocre shit, like
right.
Like a lot of music now. Like I know I sound like an old man, but it's just so mediocre. Like even the good stuff is just like, yeah, I enjoy that. Yeah,
but it's just like, Yeah, I know. I feel the same.
I can't agree with you there. I mean, I listen to a lot of music from loads of different genres, and I find myself quite regularly going, wow.
Nothing really grabs me anymore. Like I try to listen to stuff and really kind of, I really opened my mind to every music. Like, oh, you got to hear this new song by so and so. I'm like, all right, I'll listen. I'll give it a shot. And then when they play it, I'm like, it's all right, I guess. I mean, it's not fucking groundbreaking.
That's a shame, that is. Have you heard of a band called Zeal and Ardor?
No.
Give them a listen. There's an album called Strange Fruit. Very, very good band.
You should send that to me because I will never understand the way you speak and spell that. So anyway, I sat back and watched a show recently from start to finish on Netflix called, the movie Limitless that Bradley Cooper was in?
Yeah.
Well, there's a TV show called Limitless, and he actually is in it as well. He made, like, cameos and stuff in it. It's actually a really fucking good TV show. I've never seen the movie. I've never seen the movie, so I have no idea anything that happens in the film, but this fucking show was really good. It was funny. It was good stuff. Was the film good?
I enjoyed it.
Is the show still on the air? Wasn't that from a couple of years ago?
No, I don't think it's on the air anymore. I think they're going to release one more season to finish it off, but I don't think they're coming back.
Yeah.
So they only released one season, and it was like 22 episodes. So when they kind of throw 22 episodes, usually it's kind of like, okay, we're going to give you one more with like 8 episodes, and then we're going to be done.
Well, it was on CBS, if I remember right. And to me, like, it's kind of the kiss of death at this point. Like, Kyle was talking about, and I don't know how much you remember this or how much you were paying attention. He was talking about these two comedians that are married, Tom Segura and Christina Przitsky.
Right, yeah.
Sold a pilot about their life to CBS, and I know those comedians, and like I listened to their show. Like their show is filthy. Like they watch videos, like some of the most disgusting like videos, like people getting run over, people like fucking, like it's people vomiting. Like they play this on their show, and it's just like CBS. Like they haven't sold the pilot; they actually sold the script. So it's going to be made into a pilot, and then if they like it at CBS, it'll get picked up.
That's not going to happen.
You never know, but if it does, it'll be watered down. It just won't be them. And like, TV's almost done. Like there's still some good stuff. Like I said, I'm interested in seeing the current season of American Horror Story. I'm a big fan of Archer, there's things here and there, but it just seems like the only good stuff these days is being produced on the internet.
Yeah. I agree with that statement, man, because I can't find a good show to save my life, and that's why I look on like Netflix and stuff like that, to try to see if there's something that's still being put on the air that I could catch up with, and say, oh, this is a good show, but everything I fucking try to watch is garbage.
I've recently discovered Final Space. I really enjoyed that.
Never heard of that one.
It starts off as like a cartoon about a guy who's a prisoner on a spaceship for an undisclosed crime. And it's quite light-hearted and stupid, but as the further through the series it gets dark.
Right.
It's really good. It's really good. Have you seen it, Adam?
No, I never watched it. I don't watch a lot of stuff on TBS just because it's the network that airs Samantha Bee. And
I don't even know what that is.
Samantha Bee's this supposed comedian. It's basically it's like she's like the biggest shill for the Democrat Party you could possibly imagine, but it's supposed to be a comedy show.
Right.
I've made the comment many times that it should just be the Samantha Bee show or whatever it's called should just be sponsored by the Democrat Party because it's straight up
that stops you watching a whole channel.
Not because the show is on that channel, because they're constantly airing the promos.
And it's constantly pushing it in your face.
Yeah, and it would be one thing if it was just like, watch the Samantha Bee show, whatever, but it's her shitty jokes. And I remember, like, there was a few days, because I enjoy the show Last Man Standing, which is on.
Love it.
It's
back.
Yeah, it's coming back. Some of the actors aren't coming back though, but but it airs on TBS, like reruns, and so I would, when I'm cooking, I'll turn it on and sit there and watch it. But I just got so sick of the constant, like I think it was like after like a week of the constant Samantha Bee promos, I was just like, I don't need to watch the channel anymore. I mean, I'm not big into protests and boycotting. I just, if something annoys the shit out of me, or insults me, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm the same way. I'm the same fucking way, dude. Some shit comes on. I can't watch anything with fucking Tyler Perry in it. Nothing.
Not even Star Trek 2 into Star Trek Into Darkness.
Like wait, Star Trek Into Darkness. Yeah, I forgot he was in that. I did watch that, but he was not in it for very long. At least he wasn't in my face dressed up like Medea.
I can't even say, like, I can't even boycott Nike just because I would never buy Nike to begin with.
Right.
But I'm not a big boycotter. I just, if I don't like something, I'm just not gonna go see it. I'm not gonna tell other people you shouldn't do that. But okay, well, I guess we're sorry for the break, folks. Like, there's gonna be a weird pause because a lot of things went down at the same time.
Weird shit happened at once.
I had to take a call just now, so we have to settle on the date, but we have a venue for the 500th episode of the Metal Hand of God podcast. So
wow, that's awesome. All right.
We're going to
Where would this be?
At the gas station in Metairie, which is, if you're, I assume anyone who's going to this show is probably local to New Orleans. But if you're not, just Google Lakeside Mall. It's not far from Lakeside Mall. It's behind the Landmark Hotel.
Yeah, it used to be something else, and I can't remember the name of it.
It's been a couple different things, but yeah, that was the owner who was calling me, and so yeah, Gnarly Barley's interested in being involved, so I got to arrange a bunch of different things for it. But yeah, it's probably going to be in November. I'm not sure. I think we're on. This might be episode 483 or 484.
Yeah, something like that.
So we got to work out like a date, but it's going to be on a Saturday night. It's going to be a little early, for New Orleans. It'll be like 7 p.m. because their Saturday nights, apparently they get a DJ and it's ladies' night at like 9:30. So like we'll have the place from like 7 to 9, which is fine.
Sounds good to me.
So yeah, live episode coming in soon. So
yeah, awesome, dude. Good job. Good job.
Mart will get pregnant and fly in.
Yes. Actually, maybe Gary will fuck him.
No, if there's going to be any fucking involved, I am not the catcher.
Oh, that's right. You gotta fuck Gary, but still, maybe Gary can give you his seed, so you can have Gary's baby.
You know, Gary is not a fan of this joke at all. Like he tries to play because he doesn't want to be that guy, who because he doesn't want to egg people on by being like shut up. But it's very thinly veiled. It upsets him quite a bit when we talk about Mart and Gary having like sweet love. But
to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's still funny. I don't care.
I mean,
it's not like it's ever going to happen. So
I think you are a big fan of it. That's why you're trying to get to the U.S. so you can get impregnated by Gary and have his man child.
No,
him.
No, Wayne. I'm just a big fan of Gary. He's like soft and cuddly, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's quite a husky guy as well. That's attractive.
And you know, Mark, you and Gary have a lot in common because both of you made promises to do podcasts and just balked.
Yep.
One of us is really fucking busy.
Gary is super busy, but you know that's not an excuse.
No, I'd say it's not an excuse, but it's an explanation. I'm a very busy dude. You know this. We're getting more busy by the day.
Dude, what are you doing? Like, it sounds like somebody's drilling holes in wood behind you.
There's literally nothing going on in my house.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. There's like somebody drilling something.
No, there's nothing happening in my house. Like, I've got one light bulb on my laptop.
Something just picked it up here.
That's pretty funny, actually. Well, guys, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
Not really, man.
Because I mean, Mart's over there getting drilled. So
wait, what?
Mart's over there getting drilled. So
I know, I hear that. No, man. Only thing, I spent a couple days in the hospital. I'm alright. That's the reason I wasn't on the shows the other day, and hopefully all this shit's behind me. But we'll see. I got some more procedures I gotta get done, but
So you got to see like a proctologist.
no, I don't have to go to that end. They have to stick I have to get an endoscopy, which is where they take a fucking camera and shove it down my throat.
It's because you said everything's behind you.
Yeah. Well,
So I've got to take up for Rum's funds here. Rum isn't here with his shit jokes, so I've got to take that mantle.
I mean, it would be the first time Wayne, paid money to get something shipped.
Yeah, I don't know what is that noise, but it's so fucking crazy. Anyway, yeah, so I have to get an endoscopy done to check my insides and see if I can be treated, B, have cancer, or C, have cancer. Yeah, that's basically what I got to get checked out. So
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
yeah, because it really sucks. It really sucks, but
Well,
hopefully it's not that one.
Think on the bright side.
I personally think it's going to be like killer clowns from outer space inside there.
Probably.
Think on the bright side. Maybe it's like maybe it is cancer, but maybe you just have like toenail cancer.
Well, that'd be all right. I wouldn't mind toenail cancer.
Like, so, okay, serious question before we end on this. Like, if you had to have cancer in one body part, like what? Like, and it can't be toenail cancer because it's ridiculous. But like, if you had to lose like one appendage, like what would you go for?
Foreskin cancer. Just take that shit straight off.
Are you saying that you're uncircumcised?
Are you uncut, Mart?
Most of the UK is uncut.
Really?
Yeah, it fucks with sensitivity. No one wants that shit happening.
I don't believe that, but anyway,
Well, it's medically proven, so you can believe what you like. It's proven by science.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I never thought I'd say this, but I kind of want to see a British man's dick now.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
No, do research. It's
No. We want to see. We want to see. We definitely need you here for the 500 episode now.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna unveil your cock to the world.
There's a part
I'll
of
do
me.
that. I'll do that for free. I don't care.
There's a part of me that is considering sending this to Craig Lucas, who was on the show, because there's a very good chance he would send us pictures. But most of me is like, that's probably a bad idea. Sometimes you should be careful what you wish for.
This is true. If I had to lose a body part,
What does it look like? An elephant trunk? But smaller?
I don't know, man. Maybe an ear.
Which ear?
Or like one ball.
My right ear.
Okay.
What about you?
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Mart's suggestion, one of my testicles. For this reason. I think there's a certain segment of weird women who, if you told them, like, I only have one testicle, they'd want to touch it. Like, be like, oh, what's that like? You know?
That's just made my fucking night. That was
the greatest moment of this episode, besides Mart's airplane taking off in the background.
But no, I'm serious. Like, I think there's a certain amount of weird women who would be like, huh. Like, I gotta touch that.
I gotta see this. Yeah, exactly. Those are the uniballers.
I don't know why I find that so funny, but that's amazing.
What was that fucking dude's name who wrote this? They're the Armstrong girls.
What?
They're the Armstrong girls. You know?
No, I don't know. What are you talking about?
Lance Armstrong, the bicyclist who had only one testicle.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow. I guess she was in a guy with one ball.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's going to keep me laughing all night off on that. That's fucking tough.
Oh, God. Well, I know this episode is a fucking nightmare because of the sound quality and all that shit, but guys, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's going to be fun editing this.
This is the UK has officially got electronic aids by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it does have AIDS. It is you have to blame Mart for this, because that's what we do.
Yeah. Fucking assholes.
We blame him for everything.
So, before we do get off for sure, the UK passed Article 13. Not the UK, but the EU, European Union. So, memes are illegal in Europe now.
I don't even know what that is, so I don't care. I don't even know what that is.
Literally, memes are going to be illegal.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get locked up then.
I'm sure there's more to it than
you know what I'm like.
But yeah, I think I don't know if you can be arrested or fined. But yeah, the European Union has decided no more memes.
Awesome! Yay! Free country.
Well, we're going to be out of the European Union soon anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Y'all?
I don't know about soon. Y'all have been there for 2 years talking about it.
It's going to happen.
I feel like I've been paying more attention to British politics than Mart has.
I should be president. This country would be running to the ground within minutes.
Do it now!
I'd vote for you.
Me too. Fuck yeah, I'd vote for you.
Gotta be better than Theresa May.
Man. I do it full corpse paint. That'd be funny as fuck.
Do it. Why not? Fuck it. Run for president. Or whatever you call it.
Out of curiosity, Mart, what are you registered with a particular political party?
Like a sex offender?
I am registered to vote, but my political leanings are my own. I don't talk about politics.
No.
It's not something I think that people should talk about with each other. I never discuss politics or religion with friends.
All right, fair enough.
Just the way it is.
I'm not asking you to talk about your politics. I'm just... You don't even have to tell me which party. Are you registered?
I'm quite fluid as far as that goes. It depends on... It changed more when I became a parent, but I vote accordingly to what I think will benefit my children the most in the future. That's the way I lean.
Go, UK Independent Party. UKIP all the way.
No, I'm not a massive rampant racist.
Dude, the best people are going to UKIP right now, man. I pay a lot of attention to British politics, dude.
They're really not. They're really not. They're absolute fucking fascist Nazis.
Man, Count Dankula is in UKIP, dude.
Well, Vlog Vicinus next. Have you seen the Theory Perspective on YouTube? Theory Perspective.
Oh.
That guy's insane. He's some serious racist right there.
Who, Vlog?
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
He is. What is he from? Mayhem or
Burzum.
What was the other band he was in though?
He was in Burzum.
Yeah, but he was in somebody else when he killed those dudes.
No, he was in Burzum.
Oh, he was the only one in that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, he was in a black metal band, and he decided to kill another guy from another band, and then he went to jail for burning all kind of other shit.
I mean,
what band was Euronymous in?
He was in Mayhem.
There you go. There, I knew it was Mayhem somewhere.
I'm sorry, but are y'all condemning this?
What? The stupidity? Yes.
Him murdering look, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I'm a murder fan, but metal people talk a lot about
whether he was defending himself because this guy had been threatening to kill him, or he did it out of spite. There's so many different conspiracy theories surrounding that particular insanity.
Look, you metal people talk about death and blood all the time. This guy just went through with it. I don't see the problem.
He also burnt churches down. He was one of the leading guys who put forward the fact that Norwegian churches should be burnt.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy and very well documented too.
Yeah, very much so. It's interesting to watch, but I think it's still fucking stupid. Let's put it that way.
And
all right.
Mart has to keep building shelves over there.
The shelves going on in the background.
Is it still going on? I don't understand what this noise is.
It's a complete drilling noise that's going on in the background.
It's like...
I know what it is. I know what it is. You don't have to tell us. I mean, but I'll tell you, it's Vicky's vibrator, and she's enjoying herself in front of you, and it's just going to town.
She went to bed about half an hour ago, so it's entirely possible.
Man, you know what? That would be amazing if that's what it was.
Because
also, she has no use for you if that's what's going on.
Yeah, right. It's
so powerful. It's got its own magnetic field.
Possible. I mean,
I don't know if I'd be depressed that she'd replace me with a vibrator, or impressed that she'd got science so advanced.
I mean, I don't know about advanced. Like, it sounds like it's just hooked up to a car battery.
What, like those old school fuck machines that you used to see?
Oh yeah, those videos.
Fuck yeah, I haven't seen them in years. They were old school as fuck. They were.
They're still on the internet, but they're on those websites that you don't want to take the risk.
No. Well, anyway, guys, we're going to end it here. Thank you, Mart, for joining us and bringing Vicky's vibrator and all the other UK Air Force or whatever you got going over there. And I hope those shelves come out well. I think I got all those out the way. I was your host, Wayne.
I'm Adam.
I'm some noisy fucker from England.
And ladies and gentlemen, to keep it. Oh, yeah!